And we are back live here. We have some microwaves running in the background every time we change scene, but we are back. We hope you enjoyed watching some replays on the break, and maybe you got some snacks, I don't know. But we got ready for this big game coming up.
I'll let you know that brrr was not scripted, and it caught me off guard. But very happy that you brought it up. We are aware of the situation. Don't even worry about it. We will fix it. But for now, we have one of the most interesting matches coming up.
We do. I mean, this is just big. Well, it is big. It is Berlin International Gaming. Haha. Well, Berlin International Gaming, Masa and Grenadi, they practice so much and they practice publicly. Masa is going for the flip on parkour, for example. A very interesting strategy.
Yes.
And then Carl Jr. and Pack, we have no idea how much they practice and how fast they are.
This is the first time we see their pace on any of the maps.
All we know is, by history, betting against Carl Jr. is a bad idea. In any tournament.
Yeah,
if you do, it's a bad idea.
And talking about Solary, Nadeo actually did their very own interview of them, so I think we should actually take a look at that.
Let's see what they have.
I messaged to Tom. I told you, are you interested to be together? He said yes, and that's it. Like, as simple as that. It just feels good to be reunited with one of the best players in the game and one of my good friends.
I wanted to play with Carl. There was no one else really. There's a lot of pressure, I think, on us because we have been at the top for a long time.
We're the favorite team in terms of achievements, but since Trackmania is really map depending, anything can happen.
I think we're a good team, and it's good to be back. My training ability? I don't know.
We'll have better maps, we'll have worse maps. We'll have to work on those for sure.
Definitely Gwen and Binks. They're a solid team.
In terms of skills, G1 for sure. It's hard to say because everybody trains offline.
Aurel and Afi, they have a really good work ethic.
You know, I posted a tier list on Twitter ahead of the season where I put Solary in rank 1. And I said, I can't wait to check this in a few months and see how wrong I am. Solary responded to my tweet. And they said,
they did?
They said, you will not be wrong. That's what they said.
I mean,
simple words. Will they be wrong? I don't know. These guys are looking confident. They know their skill level is proven to be, the top of the league. We're getting into picks and bans soon, and we will find out if we are wrong or not. Personally, Jnic, do you think Berlin International Gaming can beat Solary here?
I mean, it's a good question, but I think if anybody's earned the right to be cocky, it's definitely Solary with the accolades that are on their team. Looking at the picks and bans right now, looks like Carl Jr. is picking a map. Reps got banned, and Gyroscope got banned currently.
That is Carl Jr. and Pack banning Reps. Gyroscope banned by Big, and now the first pick is Slowdown by Carl Jr. and Pack, and it makes sense. Very pace-based.
Yeah,
that is where they find their strong suit.
I think pace-based maps are where Carl Jr. and Pack will shine.
So knowing that is the approach, does Grenadi and Masa just go for like parkour now? Back and forth, okay.
Back and forth,
Interesting
parkour
choice.
and Flip of Faith are probably really good maps to pick against Carl Jr. and Pack.
We had a backwards map in another Trackmania Grand League season, and in that one, Pack notoriously didn't like. So
yeah,
could be a counter pick there with the backwards. Slippy slides here picked by Carl Jr. and the squad, and now freestyle as the answer.
Okay, that is interesting. I mean, the freestyle does have a little bit of a tricky identity if you haven't practiced it enough, but I do think that Grenadi and Masa are looking for identities that are more difficult, and then Carl Jr. And Pack are looking for things like slippy slides where you can be more consistent.
Ooh, and
arrow pipes.
They picked arrow pipes. If we get to map 6, we would see it. We're starting in a very tough position, I think, for the Germans. Fighting off Carl Jr. and Pack on Slowdown
is so scary, dude.
Tough.
I cannot imagine being in the situation playing against Pack and Carl Jr. on any sort of pace-based maps in front of a crowd of thousands and thousands of people. The pressure is so high, but also if you win, you look so good.
It is hype. I mean, in some way, right, it's really exciting for them because the expectation is on Carl Jr. and Pack to win.
Yeah.
So if they're able to do it, it is like an upset. It is incredible that they're able to do it. And Grenadi and Mousa, we're not making them out to be bad players here. They are fantastic Trackmania players. But you will see that Carl Jr. and Pack traditionally have been a level above the others, and it could still happen this season.
Absolutely, and I know Masa and Grenadi, they've been practicing a lot together, next to each other, sitting like we're doing right now, being able to go back and forth with strategies, and maybe that will also have given them the advantage.
We will see as we begin round 1 now in just 3 seconds. The final match of the game again. Tell your friends, Trackmania Grand League is happening. We're going to have matches today and tomorrow. More action then, same format, same teams, different matches though. It's going to be great, and this lasts for the entire year, Jnic. I can't wait.
I cannot wait to see what these players are going to be bringing to the table further into the season. But right now, we actually see Grenadi, the wheel player, in the lead.
Yeah, he gets a good start here. And I mean, in a couple of days, if that is any metric to go by, whenever there's a grass map, you know Grenadi is just so smooth on the steering wheel. It's one of the best surfaces for his input device. But then on things where it's sharp, there is a bit of a disadvantage towards him. He crashes out Carl Jr. there in the first round, and Pack gets a big lead here, though. Now, let's remember the pace from the other rounds. We saw about 56.9 here, 56.8, very good winning pace. Pack here is crushing.
What is that line? Oh, okay, we're seeing new strategies coming in here from Team Solary, and Pack getting a really nice lead, 56.9.
56.9, also the benchmark here, but it seemed like big struggle to keep up with that, and I think they have more in the tank. It's a draw, though. Starting off with a draw. No damage done yet.
Clutch from Pack, though.
Yeah,
clutch.
very clutch. You think
Making
Carl is
sure-
doing that as well?
You think Carl is what?
Doing the inside line?
I think they shared, you know, strategies. But the question is whether or not it was on purpose or not. Because you can make mistakes, but save them by going for alternative lines. And that might have been what happened. We are going to have to see what happens once we get there again.
Hi, for me it looked methodical. I think you go there if you know it exists, and Pack and Carl probably have studied the maps a lot. But look at this, Masa and Grenadi, great starts for the German squad. Getting up now into the dirt part, Masa really good on sections like these through the turn with high speed here for Masa. Across the fragile. This is the part where you cannot jump. If you get airtime, you will lose time. Yeah, that was not on accident whatsoever. Pack has found a strategy, and with the speed, he will be able to overtake first place. And now, where is Carl? He will secure third, but only 300s from an ace.
A clean ending there from Pack. And if I remember correct, it was Solary that indeed picked this map, and it might be Pack might be the reason why they did that, because he looks very, very, very well prepared for that identity.
Yeah, 56.7 is an incredible time. Curious from production here what the world record on the track publicly known is, because I think they're gonna crush it in this very match. Carl and Pack are looking so strong on it.
56.542 is the world record, so we're getting dangerously close to it.
We are indeed. Pack good speed into the bobsleigh, and Carl is right there with him. Last rounds, they had to fight back from being behind Berlin International Gaming. At this point on the track now, they're both ahead, and they could extend with that ending line. It doesn't look like Grenadi and Masa are doing it, so this could quickly turn into an ace here if they both survive the ending. Still have to get up the hill here, though. Calculate the drift just right. Grenadi gets it good with the wide line, but you can see that inside trajectory paying off for the two players. Grenadi jumping off the track, and yeah, this is strong.
Once again, yeah, 56.8, like they're driving sub 57s every round, both of them, right? But Grenadi did the right move. Like he might have jumped out and it might have looked bad, but he only did it because he knew either I overtake one of these people or they get an ace.
Or
right?
it's an ace anyway,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You can't hold back there anymore.
And right now, Solary is showing some of that domination that we kind of expected with a 6-2 in the start. But also remember, it is their map pick.
It is indeed, and seeing this, I'm scared of, you know, is this their best map or is it just the one they wanted to play first? Big decided to ban Gyroscope against them. Maybe because it's a map they don't favor, but it could also be that they know that Carl and Pack are good on it.
Yeah, but I also think it's because Gyroscope has one of the most consistent endings and identities out of most of the maps we've seen. and that might be why they're worried that the pace is different here. Pack and Carl Jr. once again in the lead, looking for another ace, making it a 9-2 if they can get it. Going into the identity, Pack and Carl Jr. both with the alternative line. Oh, but Carl Jr. gets airtime, letting Massa overtake, and now Pack is alone in the lead. Grenade right behind Massa, and it looks like it's going to be a draw.
It will be a draw indeed, and I'm just thinking about it, seeing that Carl Jr. is playing this identity in camera 3. If you don't know the different camera perspectives, we are watching in what's camera 1 right now. Grenade as well, actually, is driving in this camera 3 setting where you see from inside the car. It's very fascinating to look at, and if you ever see them play on stream, you will see just how difficult that suddenly becomes to know when you're getting airtime.
Yes, exactly. So we can, here when the next map comes up, I'm sure we can showcase some of that camera 3 action. But for now, we have to look at Solary, because if they get another ace, they have won the first map 10-3. But Massa and Grenade fighting with Pack up in the lead. All 3 players so close to each other. 300s, now 0.1 separating them. Only 100 separating Massa and Pack as we go into the identity.
This would be a big win for Massa, just being able to battle Pack in the identity and showing to himself and his teammate that he can beat him in the ending. Pack having the lead here, and Massa needs a very good drift. He gets it. Good speed towards the finish. Hold on. Oh, slight bit of airtime there, though. And the draw will play into the favor of Solary, who are just closing into 10.
It is getting so scary here if you're big, because all they need, anything short of a tie, will give Solary the win.
It will. So now 8-4. But they have, you know, shown signs of life. They just need perhaps one mistake here. If they see one mistake, an ace I think is possible, 8-7, then anything can happen. But right now, it's again the 2 Solary players up in first and second.
And that is a scary position to have them. They're 0.1 ahead of Berlin International Gaming, and they're following each other very, very nicely. Pack and Carl Jr. showcasing some of that crazy momentum, some crazy pace that we expect of them as we head into this final right-handed turn into the identity. Who's gonna be able to make it? Massa pushing a little bit harder. Grenade and Massa neck and neck as well, but it looks like Solary gets the first turn, gets the second turn. Grenade sliding out. Pack and Carl Jr. taking it home, it looks like, and that'll be the first point, the first map point for Team Solary.
Yeah, and 56.7 in a live round. That is pushing it. Really tough to keep up with. Well played from Solary. They take map 1, but this was their choice. And okay, you know, you play in Solary on the map they want to play first. That can happen. But the question is, what will the next map bring? Will it be an opportunity for Big to come back and take some important points in the overall standings? We will find out here on Back and Forth. We mentioned earlier that there was a backwards map in a previous Trackmania Grand League season that Pack really didn't like. It was even played in the playoffs and World Cup.
I mean, that's the thing. Every team has a map that they're not fond of or a map that they love, and it's going to be interesting to see if Solary are taking the same pace as they did in the previous map here on Back and Forth.
So into the start, we actually see a bit of a role reversal with Massa now taking first in the early corners into the first bug slide. They're going to bug slide once, bug slide twice here since the wheels are wet. Dry the tires on the dirt, a quick slide to the booster, and then this wicked 360 that we've seen all night. The best way to pass this corner is simply to spin and then ice slide out of it.
Oh, that was beautiful from Massa.
Beautiful ice slide there to go into the lead now. And look who's right behind him. It's his teammate. And what are we seeing? A little bit of a flip of the script.
Yes, but we cannot count Pack out just yet. Pack is right there up with them. Massa and Grenade trying to get the ace, but can Pack deny it? He might be able to. The red car here, you see, that is Pack. Hopefully, maybe he'll be able to snipe it, but Grenade actually getting the overtake. Oh, almost Pack got both of them.
Pack got both big players in the ending there with the no airtime line. Amazing snipe from Pack.
I was not able to catch that with my eyes. Like, I thought that he didn't get first.
He looked like he was behind because he was slower, but he hit the finish line sooner. Amazing stuff. Crazy as well to do that. on a style that you're not really fond of.
Somebody got airtime.
That was a little bit of a flight. I think it was Pack, as you see him 3 seconds behind the split. But he did his job last round. Now he's given the torch to Carl. You have to win this round and secure a draw. And I'll be back up next round is probably what he's thinking. Can he defeat Masa in the last half here, though? Masa had this 360 really well last time.
And this time Carl Jr. got it as well. Now Masa and Carl Jr. are fighting it neck and neck. Oh, that was dangerously close to the tree, but he's looking for a low airtime. Getting a little bit closer, but it's gonna be up to this backwards identity. Carl Jr. pushing it. Maybe he's going to be able to have the speed. It's all going to be down to the weaving here of the pillars.
He missed the line a little bit. Better trajectory here, but Masa has that line on lock. He's going to take first, and it should be the deciding positions as they stood. Masa and Grenady get into the lead on this map after 2 rounds.
This is important for Berlin International Gaming. Coming back here, you do not want to lose your own map choice. It's 2-3, but you are in the lead.
And by the way, speaking of the identity in that first round, I noticed Grenady is actually playing it on keyboard. So
yeah.
Grenady, one of the steering wheel players, you will see very smooth inputs from him. But occasionally there are times when he has to steer so quickly from left to right that he switches to keyboard with his right hand just to get a couple of quick taps in on like the backwards part.
And it is incredible how versatile he is with the inputs like that. Switching it up mid-round to be able to do more precise inputs, that is crazy. But Carl Jr. and Pack, Pack unfortunately with a mistake there. Carl Jr. is still in the lead. He's gonna try to see if he can tie it out for his teammates. But he is also kind of far away. Masa is gonna have to pray for a mistake, and it happens!
This could be an ace. If Grenady has enough speed to catch up to Carl, this is gonna snowball throughout the entire backward section. Carl entered it slow, and that could cost him, but Grenady too wide, has to let off. And even Masa had to let off the acceleration. Carl wins.
Carl gets that important snipe there in the ending, securing the draw for the team. Pack slowly getting there to the finish line. It's gonna be 3-4. Berlin International Gaming, though, still in the lead.
Yeah, this is clearly a different team we're seeing now on this map compared to the other one. Here they have a fighting chance. Here they're putting pressure on Solary. That was almost a big win, and they would be up to, 5-3.
But we have seen Team Solary, both of the players individually getting really good times. The thing is, though, that if Pack had a good round, Carl Jr. would crash. If Carl Jr. had a good round, Pack would crash. We need to see them both get a great round at the same time if they want to get those points.
And here we again have what you said. Carl crashing this round in the start, 0.8 behind. In most cases, that is not a lot of time, but in Trackmania, it is very hard to come back from. Here the 360 on keyboard from Grenady, now back to the steering wheel. That is how he mixes things up, but what kind of speed does Carl Jr. exit the ice with? He just passed him. That 0.8 of a second is nothing. He's right back.
Yeah, now once again it looks like Solary actually could take home the ace, but Grenady with a lot of speed overtaking. Once again, Masa, Grenady, and Carl Jr., all of them fighting. Is Carl Jr. going to be able to snap it here in the ending with a better line? But Masa, no, he takes it. Carl Jr. getting last, and we're looking at another draw.
They are so close in these matches. Pack, great time there. 58 low is a good benchmark to hit. But he really needs to be in sync with his teammate. They can't have these rounds where one of them crashes. They need to combine forces, and Grenady in the start again.
And definitely Solary are now looking at the splits, saying this is our chance. This is now we should ace. We have 2 versus 1 here in the front. They're gonna push it a little bit. They want those 3 points, because if they get those 3 points, they put themselves at match point.
Masa on the ice exit here. He had it so good last time. Clips, and it's too low. That is an ace waiting to happen. This could be Solary taking the lead of the match if they hold this in the backwards part.
They definitely see those splits. They see 3 seconds. All they have to do is save the ending.
I will say, though, Trackmania players in situations like these, when you're forced to safe, when you're like, oh, I'm so far ahead, I just need to drive safe now. If you're going for lines that are not your normal ones, mistakes can happen. It didn't happen now, but some players find it harder to drive safe than to drive their normal lines.
And there's also, there's the whole mental battle between knowing that, oh, I can save, but then accidentally you make some mistake you would never do normally, right? And it's unfortunate, but now Solary put themselves on track point. One more ace and they win on Berlin International Gaming's
And we
map.
will have a pause here. A technical pause is called for Grenadies. So this round, I think, will just be a warm-up for the next, if what I'm seeing is correct. But yeah, maybe we can have a quick look at some of the highlights so far in this match, because it has been an eventful 6 rounds and the points are so close.
It has been an eventful 6 rounds and some clutch snipes have come in here. Now we see Masa with the perfect turnaround. Just look at the speed he got out of that.
Yeah, it gets a lot of speed there. That is something that you really want for your team in these last decisive rounds. After this replay, though, we are going back now into a pause. So still waiting for the issue to be fixed. Thought we were going back in the action, but
faded just a tiny bit.
yeah.
But it looks like Solary is in a really good position. If they get the ace or if they get this map win against Big's map choice, that is a dangerous position to put yourself in.
Yeah, it really is. Masa is saying the pedals are broke. I want to remind you, they played a couple of the day yesterday where Masa accidentally unplugged Grenadi's monitor in the top 7 battle, and Grenadi was one of the favorites to win that couple of the day, and he lost. So, you know, I mean, now they're trying to fix the tech issues together, but it's a fun duo to watch. Hopefully they fix the pedals, and we'll see what happens. Did you know he plays barefoot?
Grenadi?
Yeah. When he
Okay,
uses
no,
the pedals.
I'm sorry, I haven't checked Grenadi's feet in the recent times, but yeah, that's interesting.
No, that's a fun fact. He plays barefoot, so when he played like World Cup in France on stage, because he's so used to playing indoors at home,
Yeah?
you can't play pedals on stage with shoes, so he had to take them off.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, I did not know that.
It's
That's
all
a fun
about the
fact.
feeling. Like, imagine playing keyboard with gloves. How weird would that be?
It would, I mean, yes, that would be pretty weird, or playing a controller with gloves would also be strange. So
think
I
it's the
completely
same
understand.
thing. Yeah, no, you definitely need the feeling in the toes to use the pedals.
See,
as well as
that
you
I
can.
would never be able to do that because I get cold feet, like easily. Like I don't have the circulation.
You do not have the circulation. You just gotta drink more caffeine and energy drinks, and maybe use like. Do they have
Caffeine and energy drinks make it worse, dude.
maybe alcohol?
Oh yeah, surely.
No, I don't
so
know.
Castor has a bunch of great ideas that you probably shouldn't follow at home, just to be
You should not follow my ideas, but you can follow the match as we are getting back into the action again. The situation, track point for Solary, the issue has been fixed, and we are back on our feet, as we could say. Let's see what this round has to offer.
Let us indeed see. Once again, Solary, one ace away from taking home the map win on Big's map choice. Pack currently in the lead. Masa right behind him. Call Jr. also getting really close here. So it is looking a little bit dangerous for Big. Masa has to take this home.
Does indeed. Grenadi 0.4 behind it. You know, after a pause like that, it's hard to come back into the rhythm, but he will do it better than Pack. Pack, 1.4 second mistake after that. And now Carl, can he hold this first place? Just make it a 1 point for each team. Or will Masa be able to snipe him in the ending here? Backwards part. Needs to get an inside line across this stretch. And then an inside line here. Carl hit. This could be an ace, actually. Grenadi's going to be faster up the hill. Team Berlin International Gaming going up in the lead in the match.
That is 7-8 now, and now the pressure is on Solary. Big looking good right now. Getting first and third, first and second. Both those things would give Big the point. They're looking to do it, but doing it against a team like Solary is so difficult. As I say that, Grenadi unfortunately has a slight mistake, and now once again it is up to Masa to deny those points.
But look at this start from Pack. He is moving so quickly through back and forth, getting 3 tenths on everyone else. 1 second to Carl Jr. and Grenadi. And looking at this, Carl's made a mistake big enough that Grenadi actually had a chance to catch up. He had to respawn, so he's fully out of it. It is really all on Masa here, but even if he gets second, that still puts them in 9-9,
Yeah,
right?
that's going to be really close still, but Masa cannot afford to make a mistake in the ending now. If Carl Jr. overtakes, that's the points to Solary, that's the map point. Masa needs this second place. He doesn't have to overtake Pack. If he does, that's even better, but I think Masa is going to try to see if he can keep this almost second ahead of Carl Jr. I think he's going to be able to do so. Pack gets clean into the finish. Massa as well. Carl Jr. and then Grenady 10 seconds behind, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be 9-9.
Pack's pace 58.2 now, even faster than the previous round. And he is really like, if he survives the round with that pace, I haven't seen Big being able to match it. They have gotten like 58.4, 58.5, 58.2 though is just an echelon above that. And can he do it now in the 9-9 round, or will we have more overtimes, or perhaps even Big taking the win away on this map?
Everybody getting the start clean. Carl Jr. is the one in the lead this time, not getting any of that airtime, and now we see Solary in the lead. Massa and Grenady are gonna have to push this turnaround here. This 360 on the ice is gonna be super detrimental to the speed that you get into the ending, but Carl Jr. and Pack in the lead. Massa's gonna try to push. He gets such a low line. He's getting closer to them both.
Catching up to Pack now, but he doesn't do that airtime reduction trick that you see from the Solary side, and that is how Carl and Pack remain ahead. Massa now, difficult task. He clips the corner. Grenady being handed the big task of catching up to Carl and Pack in the last 10 seconds, or else this map is going to the opponent's side, and as far as he trying, he will not be succeeding. They will close this out 12-9.
Yeah, Solary closing it out with style, with an ace, 12-9. Solary winning the map on Berlin International Gaming's map choice, and now we're going to another map choice by Solary.
We are indeed, but we saw some really good signs from Big there, and since the practice is mostly secret, it's not certain that Solary know what Big has prepped. They've played a lot online, but also surely something's offline, so they might have some tricks here on Slippy Slides. We don't know.
Agreed. Slippy Slides, once again, is a super difficult map here, but before we talk about that, we have these highlights coming in. You guys can take a look at those. It is incredible just how pixel perfect some of those turns are in the previous Identity.
The one thing I feel that separates good players from the best is just the comfort they have with being pixels from the walls. They know the exact track limits every single time, and just driving close to a texture like a drift on the inside line, it's not difficult for them. It's just they are so used to it. They know their perfect limits.
Yes. And the thing is, it becomes muscle memory at some point, knowing that I can now do a full steer and not hit the wall. And it's thousands of hours of like even before the TMWT, it's thousands of hours of learning this, getting it into your fingers, and they're just showcasing how effective it is.
They really are. Slippy Slides, if you haven't seen this map, it's been played in the earlier matches of the day. It has several bug slides in the ending that the players have to do, starting with this one, a downhill bug slide drop down onto the reactor booster, cancel it to an ice slide, full grip here, and Pack and Carl are doing it really well in first and second. Grenady overtaking a little bit though, but this is the crazy part. This is when we do 3 bug slides in a row. Big approach there from Grenady, jumping over the gap of the hole. Inside line here, he's going to catch up the Pack. Last bug slide now. Grenady can take a win here for his team, starting off with a draw. Oh, wait a second. Who is in the lead here? Massa's in the lead.
Massa might actually get it. The 3rd place, giving Big the first win here.
Well, big time losses, 12 seconds, 14 seconds, but a really good winning pace. 111.8 for Grenady is strong here.
It is super strong, and we did see Pack slide out a little bit, giving Grenady the opportunity to snipe, and he took that opportunity, and he did it, which is what you need to do. The second you see your opponents make a mistake, you need to capitalize.
Just look at the precision in the start here, like Pack, again, a tenth ahead of the others. That is the thing we're talking about, just daring to go for things like that. Here, a small mistake from us, like clipping the corner. We'll have to continue with what he got, but it is the 2 blue players, Pack and Carl. Oftentimes, we've seen them compete against each other and have great duels, but here they're just working together to try to destroy all the opponents in their way. Carl making contact with that pillar, losing ground now to Grenady and Massa, and with Grenady catching up with the Pack, this could be another win.
This actually looks really good for Berlin International Gaming. Pack going for a way tighter line, Grenady might be able to capitalize. That is so risky. He
Good
loses
save.
it. Yeah, he ends up in another drift, loses a lot of speed, and now Carl Jr. actually able to attack once again.
Carl's
But
mistake.
a mistake coming in. Pack in a solid lead. Grenady jumping out the map, and now Carl Jr. is on third place. If Pack can maintain the lead, if Grenady gets the turns, then looks like it's going to be a victory for Solary.
It will indeed, but the consistency here, think about it. If you could drive this identity every time without crashing, your team would definitely be in the lead right now, but it's so hard to execute those bug slides every time.
Yeah, and also because they are risking it, right? They're
Yeah.
trying to land as close to the limit as possible without sliding out, and that's what's happening. Sometimes you just turn a little bit too much there. We have a mistake.
Grenady into the wall in the first couple of corners. And a great opportunity now for Solary to once again get ahead. Third map, and it's the one they chose as their second favorite of the map pack that they had available. They wanted to play this, and now they have the opportunity to show why. Why this one exactly? Massa almost
This is
making a breakaway.
dangerous for Big. Solary now looking really, really good to set up for an ace right now. 0.4 down to Massa, and Pack and Carl Jr. are driving great pace right now. I think they can even save a little bit here on the uphill. You're not going to lose 0.5 there unless you make a major mistake, and then it's down to the identity. Are they going to be able to
3
get
seconds.
this?
3.5 seconds now in the lead. They really gotta save these bug slides. Again, the key thing here is to not angle more than 90 degrees. You can angle less, but if you angle more, you're at risk of sliding out, of not getting a bug slide whatsoever, and falling off the map. And Pack, even though we're talking about safing, ends up with the fastest time yet, 1:11.68 on the match. That's a really good time to set.
It's great seeing that the pace doesn't diminish even though they know they can save. It might just be, as you said, if you save too much, you end up making a mistake, and Pack knows that. He would just rather go with the regular lines even if they're a little bit more risky because he knows he's consistent at them.
That is how often players fail, is if they go too safe. We had that one clip last season of Mutta crashing into the finish. When he was
Oh
so
my
far
god!
ahead. A classic in the Trackmania Grand League, and you know, it's just like these important mistakes you never want to happen, but you overthink it most of the time. So Pack just going for what he's used to. 111.6, call it a day, and an ace for Solary now. Great situation to be in, but Big is right up there in this round.
And nothing
First
is
and second now.
nothing is over yet, but it does look scary. If Solary wins this map pick, they're 3-0, which is super scary when you're playing against Pack and Carl
Ooh,
Jr.
Massa.
Massa sliding out a little bit. Carl Jr. also with a mistake, and now it's going to be Pack and Grenady alone in the lead.
Pack versus Grenady. Steering wheel versus controller into the bug slide. Grenady going a bit wide. Pack getting it way better there on the trajectory. Lining up early here to get the speed across this platform water section. Don't want to clip the hole there. Set up for the bug slide in time. Pack is so clean on this track right now. Grenady trying to keep up. Slightly better bug slide trajectory. Needs to go inside line here and try to snipe it away, but Pack holds on. Clean round from Solary, and it's another 2 points.
Another 2 points for Solary, 1 point for Big, and now we're looking at an 8-4. This is getting dangerous.
Yeah, now they're within reach with a win. So a first and third place in the round for Solary would close out this map, and Big would have to reverse sweep.
Yeah.
Quad wins in a row.
Like, if Solary doesn't get 4th place, they're gonna win. No matter what, right? As long as they don't get 4th, well, no, they could tie it out. But, you know, this is still really, really dangerous. Solary looking already really good with Carl Jr. in the lead. Grenady is trying to push here from the back, but Carl Jr. is not letting anything up to chance. Getting some really good lines here. Extending his lead, and Grenady trying to push a little bit too hard, driving into the pillar. And now Massa's got to overtake both these players.
Seen a lot of Pack on this map, but now it's Carl leading the race for his team. Could be a good time as well that we're seeing from the 5-time world champion, also reigning world champion. Carl won this summer, and maybe this year he can win together with Pack. They are looking like one of the best duos we've seen, but still some things to work on.
He might still make it. Like, Grenady is 3 seconds behind. We gotta see if Carl Jr. is ahead of Grenady still. They will get this win, and Grenady makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Carl Jr. saves the ending, and that's gonna be the map win for Solary.
That is Solary now. 3 maps to none. Still a heroic effort here from Big. They're trying all they can, but I want to remind the audience they're playing against two of the greatest Trackmania players we've ever seen, and Carl Jr., the greatest.
And that's the thing, right? Carl Jr., 5-time world champion. Like, that is incredible. Reigning world champion, multiple Solary Cup wins as well, TMDL wins under his belt. And then with Pack as his teammate, they've both been playing together for a long time. It is so difficult.
And the crazy thing is, like, since 2013, which was Carl's big breakthrough year, he has been in the finals of every world championship. He lost one final to Pack, who's on his team. That was 2016. And he lost one final to Kappa, who we saw earlier. That final he got third. That's his worst World Cup result since 2013. For the past 10 years, he's gotten first, 1 second, and 1 third place in World Cup finals. He is so good at the game, and he shows it. You can put any identity, any style. You can introduce ice to the game, plastic, reactor boosters. Carl Jr. will still be Carl Jr., and you shouldn't bet against him.
But now we have Berlin International Gaming's map choice here, or map of choice. We have freestyle, and it's going to be interesting to see if Carl Jr. and Pack can handle this identity, because it's kind of a little tricky one.
And I'm curious now that we saw the lines in the Sinners versus KC match, which lines Carl and Pack are going to go for. They go for the lines that we saw Kappa and Tween do, with that high jump into wide line combination here. Tight line versus the wide line from the opposing players. And it looks like they have a big lead this first round. Gennady and Massa 2 and 8 seconds behind. And I think they know they have a very tough task ahead.
Is still to come here, so we can take a look. Is Pack gonna make it? It looks like he is with the first jump, but it also looks like Carl Jr. makes it right behind him, 6 seconds ahead of the other players. They're gonna safe it into the finish, and Solary takes a pretty safe ace.
That was convincing. I mean, but here, look, if you're gonna make mistakes, you make mistakes in the same round.
True, as you said.
You win together, you fail together. You do it as a team.
As a team?
This is a team-building exercise.
Yeah, you think Massa would fail and then just yell at Gennady, you fail as well right now, we gotta do it both.
We gotta do it together. It's like that Chainsmoker song.
I mean...
if we go down, then we go down together.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, I had to get the reminder, but once again we go into another round. Solary getting that ace on the first round, which is really scary when you're big, because Solary, if they win this map, they win the entire match. And it would be the first time that we see any team get a full sweep.
We will see. This is looking scary, though. Pack and Carl, once again in first and second, and... I mean, Big could still do this. They have that difference in lines here. The ice slide, almost like a 360 from Gennady, but he cancels it for the ice slide landing. And then this trajectory here. This is where they're looking to gain. Steering wheel coming through with a great speed slide. Gonna catch up to Carl, but Pack far ahead here, looking for first. Now we'll see the identity. Carl and Pack, first and second into the wall ride. They're gonna flick up and then perfectly cancel it with the left to land into the dirt here. They're getting it better than Big, and it could be a second ace in a row here. Next flick up, both of the players surviving.
But still an ace. Massa must have made a mistake there in the back as well. And now it's 6-0. This is scary if you're Big. They're gonna push it. I think now is the do or die situation, right? Now they're like, okay, we don't have a choice but get aces.
But think about this, You face Solary in match 1, right? You don't have to face them again for a while after that. Maybe it's just the thing of like, you get it out of the way, okay, we take it out there, every other team's gonna lose as well. We can just now try to beat other teams.
Well, that's the thing. But we don't know if other teams are losing, and we also don't know if Big have lost yet. They can still do a reverse sweep, a full reverse sweep, getting the next 4 maps down. We're gonna have to see. We gotta keep hopeful, and I think they're also keeping hopeful. No matter how dark the situation is, you can still fight, and I think that's what they're doing. We see Pack here in the lead getting overtaken. Big coming in right now, and it's gonna be down to the identity.
Yeah, Massa's up right there, challenging for first place, 300s, going wide here though, Pack with more speed up the wall ride. That approach really pays off, gets the flick up, little bit of an awkward landing, has to avoid the hole, but right next to him is Carl Jr., and they are looking to ace this one together once again, but a small clip and a really good snipe from Grenadi keeps the hopes alive.
And there you go. That is the first draw of the match. Big getting a point. Solary on 7 points. If Solary gets another ace, they won. But Big can still come back. Showed us that they know how to do the identity, and Grenadi can snipe if needed. So maybe they can reverse ace their way up.
It would take a really big effort now from that German team. They not only have to win this map, but the next 3 as well in succession. But if they get this one, they at least know it's possible.
Yes.
But if they don't, then this will quickly end. But Pack here, we've seen some dents in the armor. There are mistakes. Carl and Pack are not invincible, but they are just so frustratingly consistent. You will rarely see this many mistakes, I think, from that team.
Yes,
and yet they are dominating like this.
That's the thing, but it does look like Big is going to be able to ace here if Carl Jr. doesn't get the ending. They are a little bit ahead of him, but Carl Jr. has seemed to be very, very consistent here. Massa and Grenadi need to close it out. They need to deny. Massa with not the best wall right. Carl Jr. overtaking, and it looks like he's going to maintain that second place, almost getting first, but Grenadi's gonna take it home. Carl Jr. second, Massa third, and Pack will come in fourth. Still a point for Solary, 2 points for Big.
And a great time by Grenadi as well. 107.6, I believe, is close to the publicly known world record on the map. So Grenadi, great pace here in an important round, but it's only enough for an 8-3 scoreline. Definitely more to be desired here for Big. If they're gonna go through, they need aces right now.
Yeah, they need to ace right now. They can still afford 1 draw, but otherwise, full aces for the rest of the game. 1 draw, 2 aces for Big.
Yep, that is all they have to hope for. A mistake from Pack in the last round was what gave him an opportunity, but this time he is doing regular Pack things here, up in first. Now the high approach from Solary. I bet they've studied this and find out that this is what we're most comfortable with. Going for Pack wide there with the no slide setup. Losing out a little bit of speed though. Also gonna get closer, but Massa has made a 7-second mistake.
Yeah,
Grenadi needs to beat both of them, and even that might still not be enough to win the map as a whole. He's gonna have to try though. Gets past Carl.
One. Now he gets one. He's supposed to get another. If he can do it, Pack is in the lead. He only needs to see a mistake, but Pack gets it down, and that's going to give the 2 points to Team Solary. 4 maps in a row for Carl Jr. and Pack, and they're going to win the match.
Yeah, I think a lot of the air went out of the balloon after map 3 there. Once you're down 3 maps against Solary, it is just like, it's so tough.
It is so tough, but I still think it was a great showing coming in from Berlin International Gaming. Massa and Grenadi did show they have the pace. They have the pace. Some unfortunate mistakes, but good game for both. Awesomely played by Solary.
Yeah, I mean, people had Solary on the top of their tier lists, and there's a good reason as to why. You've got some highlights here from Freestyle that we're going to see. A lot of blue up in front, Carl and Pack being dominant. But look, do you think any other team we've seen today could beat them tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. And I think one of the teams that we saw that were most consistent was actually Mudda and Soldier. I am looking forward to seeing that match when that happens. Maybe we can actually take a look at how the matches look tomorrow.
Yeah, because we got one more game day tomorrow. It is a super week, so matches both Saturdays and Sundays. And these are the matches. We're starting with Alliance versus Into the Breach. That is going to be a fire match. Solary BDS. Then we have Big versus Sinners and KC versus G1. A French clash there at the end of the day.
Yeah, these matches are also going to be incredibly exciting. And the people that won, they're obviously going to ride that victory. But the people that lost, they also want to climb back up and show that they're not going to lose every round.
Yeah, they really want to prove themselves here in tomorrow's rounds, but I think for today we can consider ourselves really happy with how this league is starting out. And we got so much more coming every weekend, every Sunday. for the next 2 months until playoffs in March. So if you're into Trackmania Esports, if you just watched for the first time, tell your friends that this is happening tomorrow. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
The more people I get into it.
We're going to sit right here once again tomorrow at the same time. You saw the timings of the matches as well there previously. And I think for that's going to be it for us, right? So
That is going to be it for us. We really hope you enjoyed this cast. We're trying to elevate it with replays, with what we're doing here. I want to thank the production team. Raveout and SB Villa have been working closely with us. SB Villa even flew out to Norway to help us set up some stuff. So big shout out to them. A lot more things are coming.
Of course. Also, big shout out to you, Wirtual, for hosting the whole thing and having it on your channel. If you like this type of stuff, you will hopefully be able to put down a follow and watch again tomorrow.
Almost got demonetized, but good save there from my co-caster. We will call it a night. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow with more Trackmania Esports.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.